Now a look at tonight's top stories. The local chapter of the Veterans of Foreign Wars approved a project to add a monument to the existing war memorial at Chico City Plaza. It will honor local service personnel killed in combat since September 11, 2001 during the War on Terror. The monument is in the beginning stages of design, placement, and fundraising.
Turnout this morning for Chico's Veterans Day celebration at the Elks Lodge. Along with traditional patriotic music like Stars and Stripes, there were other traditional observances like the pledge and national anthem, and speeches about what veterans sacrificed.
And a traditional celebration of Veterans Day in Reading with a cognac toast at the Elks Lodge. It started at the Reading Lodge in 1928 to commemorate the end of World War I. Veterans raised their glasses at the 11th hour on the 11th day of the 11th month. That's when the armistice was signed in 1918. A luncheon followed the toast, and all proceeds were to benefit the Northern California Veterans Cemetery Fund.
Rainy weather didn't stop people from showing their patriotic pride at the Northern California Veterans Cemetery in Igo.
Action News reporter Elizabeth Gadley has more on today's touching ceremony.
The overcast skies matched the solemn tone as young and old came together to honor all veterans at the Northern California Veterans Cemetery in Igo.
I think it's wonderful the men and women volunteer to go into harm's way if necessary to protect the freedom that we enjoy each and every day.
Veterans from World War II to Iraq and Afghanistan and from all military branches attended. Pearl Harbor survivor Mike Sotak says a day like today always stirs up emotion.
You get very, very emotional, especially when you start playing all those military songs, you know.
Sotak was on the USS Maryland when Pearl Harbor was attacked. Veterans Day instills in him a great sense of pride.
Every military person, I really think very highly of them and want to wish them the very, very best.
For others, recent events give this Veterans Day a special meaning.
I think that today's event is emphasized by the happenings at Fort Hood, the danger that our servicemen and women are in each and every day, all around the world, and even as it appears now here at home. I think we all owe a debt of gratitude to these people, and I'm happy to be out here.
Like most, the service in Igo started promptly at 11. It included music performed by the Foothill High School Band, a rifle salute, and a lot of very proud Americans. In Igo, I'm Elizabeth Gadley, Action News.
And the Northern California Veterans Cemetery is the first state-owned and operated veteran cemetery in the Golden State. The cemetery serves the veteran population in 18 Northern California counties.
On this Veterans Day, as he promised not to let down America's military, President Obama is considering more options in Afghanistan. He might send a lot more U.S. troops, but not as many as the generals there want. Steve Handelsman has the latest.
Kelly, thanks. Good evening. Even the new so-called middle ground plan would still send a lot more young Americans into the ever more deadly fight in Afghanistan. And that's clearly weighing on the commander-in-chief. In an unscheduled Veterans Day visit, President Obama spent time among the graves at Arlington National Cemetery, specifically in a section set aside for the fallen from Iraq and from Afghanistan, where Mr. Obama is considering sending more U.S. troops, a wrenching decision.
And as long as I am Commander-in-Chief, America is going to do right by them.
A former defense secretary urged the president to hurry.
What's important is he make a decision, and make it reasonably soon, because you've got young men and women who are out there carrying the battle who are at great risk. If we've got the wrong strategy, change it.
Again today, the commander-in-chief met with advisors. He's getting more options. Besides Afghan Commanding General Stan McChrystal's call for up to 44,000 more troops, and Vice President Biden's plan to send as few as 10,000, there are now middle ground plans for up to 35,000 more, reportedly backed by Defense Secretary Gates, by Secretary of State Clinton, and by Chairman of the Joint Chiefs Mullen. That's almost as many new forces as McChrystal's requesting. But President Obama is looking past numbers to the troops' revamped mission.
Go back to focusing on al-Qaeda, back to pushing back Taliban to the extent that we can stabilize Karzai's government enough so that we can actually begin withdrawal from the region.
But short term, more U.S. forces would be at risk. The commander-in-chief is still working on the plan. The new best guess on when President Obama will announce his new Afghan plan is around Thanksgiving. From Washington, I'm Steve Handelsman, NBC 24 Action News. Jerry, Kelly, back to you.
Back here in California, Governor Schwarzenegger plans to visit U.S. troops in Iraq next week. A spokesman says Schwarzenegger has wanted to make such a trip for a couple of years now. The governor visited the Los Angeles National Cemetery today, where he spoke at the Veterans Day program honoring California's servicemen and women. Schwarzenegger announced that $5 million in American Recovery and Reinvestment Act job training grants were awarded by the state. That ensures that more than 1,400 former members of the military will receive job training, employment, and mental health services.
Hundreds of Butte College students turned out to honor veteran students. The school held a large event with several veterans organizations on hand to tell students about their experiences. Activities throughout the day included a barbecue, rock wall, even a little football. But organizers say the most important thing is that students learn about their fellow students who served overseas.
There are 350 of us. You may not even know we were there. We sit quietly in the corner, we do our work, but we try to be a productive member of the college. And we just want you to know that we're here.
And the school's veterans will soon have something else to celebrate. They will be moving into a new office that is nearly 3 times the size of their current room. Callis says the larger facility will allow the organization to offer more services to its members.
One Reading group is celebrating Veterans Day by raising money for the Stars and Stripes. The Enterprise Lions Club held a drive-through fundraiser for the giant American flag on North Bishelli Lane. The Lions Club is the official caretaker of that flag and replaces it 4 times each year. Annual upkeep for the flag and surrounding area costs $6,000. Members say turnout has been amazing. A second-grade class donated $150 in pennies, and a local car club gave them $500.
People have been driving through all day. We've collected quite a few $1,000s, and we're so excited with the community donating even pennies.
All donations are tax deductible. Club members will accept donations at the drive-thru until 6 o'clock tonight.